Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. The winds howl, lightning cracks, and the world feels as though it's about to collapse. Yet there you are, still, unshaken, rooted. This is the image of a Stoic navigating not a tempest of weather, but the chaos of human relationships. Modern connections, fraught with miscommunication, fleeting attachments, and the demands of the digital age, seem more turbulent than ever. Yet, through the wisdom of ancient Stoicism, we find a way to stand firm, radiate calm, and bring clarity to the chaos. The ancient Stoics, Epictetus, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, lived centuries before dating apps, ghosting, and online feuds. Yet their teachings hold a strange and powerful relevance. Because while the tools of communication have changed, the storms of human emotion remain timeless. What would a Stoic do when betrayed, misunderstood, or abandoned? How would they love, forgive, or rebuild trust? Stay with me, because these timeless insights may reshape the way you connect with others and with yourself. Relationships today are both fragile and fierce. A text left unanswered feels like a thunderclap. An argument over dinner, amplified by the silent scream of scrolling notifications, can spiral into a hurricane of misunderstanding. You know this world. You live in it. But let's step back, not with frustration, but with curiosity. Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This isn't just philosophy, it's survival. When emotions flare and words are sharpened into weapons, how do you react? Do you feed the fire, or do you allow the moment to pass like clouds dissipating in the sky? The modern relationship, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, tests us in ways that are deeply human yet uniquely contemporary. We are tethered by invisible strings of expectation and shattered by the weight of our own judgments. But the Stoics teach us that these strings can only bind us if we allow them to. They remind us to ask, what truly belongs to me in this relationship? What is within my control? Let me take you to a moment in the life of Seneca. Picture him in his study, surrounded by scrolls and the hum of distant Roman voices. A letter arrives from his friend Lucilius, filled with frustration and hurt over an unresolved quarrel. Seneca does not lash out or write back with fiery indignation. Instead, he pauses, reflects, and writes calmly. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. What Seneca is telling us is profound. Our assumptions, our fears, our interpretations of someone else's behavior are often the real source of our pain. When your partner seems distant or your friend cancels plans again, do you let resentment grow? Or do you embrace the freedom of not jumping to conclusions? Seneca would counsel patience. Patience not as passivity, but as strength. To step away from immediate reactions is to step toward understanding. The storm may rage around you, but you don't need to let it into your heart. How do you love as a Stoic? This question feels like a paradox. Stoicism, often misunderstood as cold or detached, actually holds love as a cornerstone of human connection. But this love is not possessive. It does not demand reciprocation or perfection. Instead, it is rooted in the recognition of shared humanity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot distinguish between good and evil." Yet he did not say this with bitterness, but with compassion. He reminds us that people hurt others because they themselves are hurting. To love someone through their flaws is not to condone their behavior, but to see the soul behind the actions. This is the discipline of kindness, a practice that begins not with others, but within yourself. Can you forgive your own moments of failure? Can you extend that same grace to the ones you care about? The Stoics teach us that love is an action. not merely a feeling. It is the daily choice to show up, to listen, and to understand. The Stoics could never have predicted the rise of social media or the complexities of texting, but their principles shine through even here. In a world of instant communication, misunderstandings have never been easier. The pause that the Stoics advocate, a moment to breathe before responding, is more crucial than ever. Next time a heated text arrives, imagine Marcus Aurelius sitting beside you. What would he advise? Likely, he would remind you to read it not with your ego, but with your reason. He would caution you against reacting from a place of wounded pride. And if you find yourself endlessly scrolling, seeking validation, think of Epictetus whispering, "You are not your likes or your followers. You are your choices, your actions, your integrity." Every storm passes. Every relationship faces its tests. And every heart, even when bruised, has the capacity to heal. The Stoics remind us that while we cannot control others, we can control how we rebuild after the storm. Picture a couple sitting quietly after a fight, each wrestling with their own thoughts. The Stoic way is not to let the silence grow cold, but to transform it into reflection. Can you admit your own missteps? Can you approach the other person with humility rather than blame? Seneca would say yes. Marcus Aurelius would urge action. Epictetus would remind you that your peace begins with you. The storm of modern relationships is not one we escape, it's one we learn to navigate. And through the guidance of the Stoics, we don't just survive it, we emerge stronger, wiser, more grounded. What relationship in your life needs healing? What storm have you been avoiding? Take a moment today to reflect, to forgive, and to act, not with the heat of emotion, but with the cool clarity of wisdom. This is your challenge. This is your opportunity. The chaos of relationships will always be there, but your ability to face it, rooted in Stoic wisdom, is entirely within your control. If this resonates with you, take the first step. Reflect on one relationship today and apply Stoic principles to transform it. And if you're ready for more timeless wisdom to reshape your life, subscribe to the channel and join the journey. The storm is waiting. Are you ready to face it like a Stoic?